Welcome to this week's episode of Don't Make Me Call Her podcast. I am your ginger, ninja, F1 fan, Lewis Hamilton fan, trainer master, Grace Lamb.
I'm not Lewis Hamilton.
Clearly.
This is all that. I'm Jason, back again.
So why am I decked out in all my Ferrari Lewis Hamilton gear?
We've had a moment, that's why.
We've had a historical moment in the Lamb Capobianco Casa and also the F1 world. Lewis Hamilton, Sir Lewis Hamilton, yet again, had made history.
It was pretty impressive. By Ferrari, I mean.
I mean, you know what's so impressive about yesterday? Race in Spain. So basically, if you don't know who Lewis Hamilton is, please Google him. Where have you been? Have you been living under a rock? Because
if you've been following Grace, then surely you know who Lewis is.
So Lewis Hamilton is a Brit from Stevenage, a boy from Stevenage that has won 7, I think 8 times, world champion of Formula One. And I've been following his career since he started. And we had the pleasure of meeting him in Hong Kong at a Gucci dinner.
We did. That was fun.
And I almost
Passed
threw
out.
up in my mouth.
I was going to give the polite version, but anyway.
And it was such an epic moment for me because it's kind of weird when you meet famous people.
It's sort of funny and weird.
I've met many famous people in my life, but he was so special because I was I'm a huge fan. And when you meet your hero, and he is so humble and lovely and nice and good looking and amazing. Kim Kardashian, I've got a bone to pick with you. He's such a humble person, which was so shocking because by then he already won 6-time world champion.
Yeah.
And it was an era of him and Nico Rosberg they were fighting so hard. And I said to him, Lewis, bring home the championship. And he said to me, oh, that's a lot of pressure. I hope so. He was so humble, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, he was very cool. It was kind of nice to, just have a normal conversation.
And it was so amazing that evening that the next day was my birthday and he gave me a kiss on the cheek and I didn't wash my face for a whole week. So I'm just saying. So why we talk about Lewis Hamilton
that doesn't even happen with me.
It's because he won for Ferrari on a Sunday race in Spain, Catalunya. First time with Ferrari on the podium, which, by the way, I predicted his win in Spain, didn't I?
Yes. Because, it was highly unlikely, but there we go. He did it.
He did it, and oh my God, I was in pieces watching it.
There were so many tears.
So many tears. And if I cry now, it's because I'm happy, okay?
I'll be back.
I mean, for people who don't understand why I love Lewis Hamilton, is because he is just...
The tissues have been happening for the last few days.
I mean, these are tears of joy, people. It's because he has so much struggle last year in Ferrari, and people were doubting him and dissing him and saying that he was washed. Those haters, where the fuck are you today? I just want to know. And by the way, this is for Lewis. The middle finger up your fucking bum because our champion has delivered in the red. I mean, okay, let's calm down a bit. But you know what I love about Lewis?
What's besides everything?
He lets his work do all the talking. And it was so hard to watch him in 2025 when he just joined Ferrari and the team didn't give him the car that he wanted, right? So of course he wasn't going to perform. And can I just say, for those Charles Leclerc fans, no disrespect to Charles, I think he's a good driver, but to me, this is going to cause a bit of controversy. To me, he doesn't have the championship material. I mean, look at what he's been doing this season. Just keep crashing and inconsistent. And I don't know why.
I agree. I
don't know why people keep thinking that he's going
to
to bring home the championship for Ferrari.
Definitely not.
And also, fun fact, Lewis Hamilton has always won the championship in the second year after he joined the team. First, McLaren. Second year he won.
Yeah.
Mercedes, the same. Now, Ferrari, he's going to bring home the championship. Just you watch. So as a pretty new Tifosi, yesterday I was like a basket case. lots of tissue flying around.
I was just a tissue dispenser yesterday, all day.
And what I want to say is like last year, people were like dissing him, saying,
Mhm.
oh, he's too old for F1, he should retire. Even now, even before the Spain race, people keep saying to him that, oh, by Silverstone, he's going to retire, blah, blah, blah. So people put a lot of emphasis on age, right? And we're in our 50s. And of course, people don't think that you can deliver when you're getting older in your career, which I think is a complete bullshit.
No, it's just a total shift of gear, really. You stop delivering one thing and then you start delivering totally other things, which is good. It's progress.
What people don't talk about enough is when you age, you bring so much wisdom and knowledge to your own life that you make decisions better, right? I mean,
Definitely.
with Lewis' decision with Kim, I'm still watching that space. Don't quite understand that. However, Kim, whatever you're doing is helping him, keep doing it.
But we know what that is.
I know. Anyway, so I think your internal monologue to your self-doubt is so important because last season when he was having such a bad time at Ferrari because they weren't listening to him, the car wasn't designed by him. It has no DNA of Lewis Hamilton. That's why he couldn't drive that shit box, right?
But he overestimated Ferrari in the first year. That was the problem.
I mean,
We all know Ferrari are hopeless.
coming from a very organized team, Mercedes, who's based in Brackley, and under Toto Wolff, they're very organized, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he's Austrian-German, what do you expect? Very organized, everything's in place, and then he go to an Italian team.
Yeah. That's how we roll. What
And
can I
it's
say?
chaos.
Was I surprised? No, not at all. I knew it was going to be a shit show.
So
I just don't think he expected how difficult it is to work with Italians,
I also feel
myself
that
included.
I also feel that a lot of people, because he's black, they give him so much more shit than Charles, right? I mean, Charles Leclerc, how many wins
Yeah.
has he got? 7, maybe?
8, I think.
But he's been there for 7, 8 years. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Oh, no, it's not a good record.
No. So I don't
Nothing
know
to
why
brag about.
people. So when Charles, self-deprecate himself, people could go, "Oh, Charles, don't do that." No, no, no. But when it comes to Lewis, like last year, people were piling on the hate so much.
Yeah.
And I think there are always people that pretend to be your friend or within your circle, but secretly they love it when you fall. And they secretly clap for you when you fall, right? So I think the lesson here is to edit toxic people out,
Yeah, step 1 for sure.
observe people, and when you have self-doubt, surround yourself with good people that is going to lift you up, not bring you down. Or just fake people, edit toxic people out. And when society tells us that we're too old for this, too old for that, don't believe in that because age equals wisdom and experience.
You've also got to be able to shift your mindset with your age. That's the thing, is that you can't continually think that what I was doing that was successful when I was 25 is going to apply now.
Yeah.
So you know, it's half educating other people and clients as to what you're good at now and letting go of some things of the past that you used to be good at.
I also feel like life has its ups and downs, right? If there's no downs, there's no ups. I mean, sometimes you have to go so low in order to find yourself. We hear all this kind of story all the time.
Yeah, you got to find the bottom.
Last year was such a disaster for Lewis, the first year at Ferrari, that when he goes to the press pen, which is an area after qualifying, after practice, after post-race, to talk to the media, he was saying things like, oh, I think they should get a new driver. I'm not good enough. I'm just shit. It was so hard to watch. And it hurt me so much because usually he's so positive and he brings in a good vibe. And to have so much self-doubt because you just don't know where to go in life at that moment. That's why you need people who knows you very well, who are there for you, gives you some good talking to lift you up. Otherwise, it's just really painful when you're in that rut.
Yeah, definitely. But I think also he's in a sport that is very physical and it does favor being younger. You know, physical reactions, the way you work, it's just a young person's sport. And I mean, not to say that you can't do it. I mean, look at Alonso. He's still driving like he's 20.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Lewis then has to train, or Alonso has to train a whole lot more to be able to continue doing what he used to do very easily when he was 20.
But Sunday's Spain win clearly shows that he still got it. And I think he probably has learned a lot last year because it was so disastrous. And sometimes I think when things are not going well, you really need to learn and figure out what lesson is this.
Yeah, but Sunday's race win was all about taking control of the strategy, not the race or the car.
No, I'm just talking about in life.
Yeah.
If something bad happens, which sometimes I'll go, oh, why is that happening to me? Why is it not happening to her or him or whatever and stuff, right? And sometimes, unless you learn every single obstacle that you have in life, you will never find a way out because then you're just going to go around in circles, right?
Yeah, the same lesson keeps coming until you figure it out.
Exactly. And I think the lesson will help you to find the gear change in what you need to do or not to do.
But you got to have the courage to do it. That's the thing. You can see it and you can talk about it, but if you're not willing to put in the work to make the change, then it's just going to keep repeating itself.
And what I was so surprised in that Spain race on Sunday was that I could not believe how everything was so perfect by Ferrari. Strategy, pit stop time. It was almost like a new team.
It was, absolutely. But that's what I said before, is that they won because of changing a strategy, changing a way of thinking. It's like they weren't going to just be reactive to what Mercedes were doing. They were just like, nah, screw this. We're going to call the shots here and make them chase us for a change.
And you know what I love about Sunday race in Spain was Lewis and his team, they took over. They were the leader. They were the disruptor. I love disrupting people.
Yeah, that was cool.
Because you are not gear because of what other people are doing. So this is what I'm trying to say, right? Sometimes when things are not going well, you need to change drastically in order to be a disruptor, even to your own life.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm not saying like taking drugs and going like, drinking. None of that. It's the way you think of a strategy. It's no different than racing, right? F1 racing. If you always have the same strategy, which Ferrari did, it's never going to work.
No, they were always waiting for everyone else to move before they did something.
And because they changed their strategy, they made George, who was leading the race, George Russell from Mercedes, his old team, they have to change everything because George thought he was winning for sure. It was in the bag.
Yeah. They just made everyone uncomfortable, which was kind of perfect. That was the best way to go.
And what I want to remind everyone is that last year when Lewis was not doing well, I mean...
Here we go again.
He was... I mean, all of us who are like his loyal fans, we kept leaving him messages to encourage him. But he was saying that all his fans really helped him and saved him. And this is a video that's going viral again last year. When he went to London, he was on Regent Street at a shop opening or something. One of his fans shouted at him, "Lewis, remember who you are." And at that moment, he was a little bit shocked and kind of remembered who he was. And things like that really help a person to try to remember the core of who they really are.
Yeah, but those kind of things often happen, when you get yourself into that negative headspace for that person's comment to have an effect. But if you're not sort of at the low point and people say that to you, sometimes you just ignore it and brush it off and you're like, oh, that's cool, it's nice, but it doesn't land with you until you're just at the right time when you're kind of doubting everything, and then someone says it, and then it really makes an impact. So it kind of, it's a bit of when it arrives, when the message arrives, and how receptive you are at the time.
I mean, at 53 years young, I really think that I think that sometimes when life throws you a curveball, it doesn't mean negative all the time. It
No.
actually means you need to change, and you need to find a new way of dealing with your obstacle or life, because so many things happen, so many bad things happen to people, right? It's how you see it and how you can change it that will define who you are. You can go down in a rut and just thought, oh, why is this happening to me? And that hole could go so deep and you will never be able to yank yourself out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the real danger. I mean, the Stoic views, I mean, they always talk about how you shouldn't tie your outcome to what other people think about you, because that causes anxiety, and you should focus more on committing to your craft, which is something that Lewis Hamilton's dad, the OG, Anthony Hamilton, big shout out to Papa Hamilton, that when Lewis was younger, he had a lot of racism because he was the only black person in Formula One, in racing, in karting, even now, right? And he used to say to Lewis, I'm sure even now, let your racing do the talking.
Yeah.
Instead of keep fighting all this negativity or comments or fighting with people online or Twitter. No, let your work do the talking. And which is what I'm trying to do as well. Because surprisingly, to most people that you might not even think about, I do get a lot of hate and jealousy, and people kind of like diss me as well.
Yeah, it's
as
pretty shit.
fabulous as I am, I used to go, you know what, fuck these people, and I will argue with them. But now I'm just like, you know what, you do you. Clearly, you're not right in the head. You're
Exactly.
jealous. It's on you. It's not on me.
Yeah, you can't be arguing with people in the comment section.
And I also feel like if you put so much of your self-worth on other people validating you, that means that you're very fragile mentally.
You totally missed the point.
And I mean,
but I think Bono said a good thing about Kimi, you know, even after all of his wins, Kimi Antonelli, that is.
So the kid who's 18, 19 now, who replaced Lewis Hamilton when he left for Ferrari.
Yeah. So after the, you know, the kind of kick-ass beginning of the season where he was winning everything, and then they asked Bono about how do they tackle it. He said, we never worry about winning. He said, we only focus on the process. Exactly. Winning's not even, you know, in the conversation. The result will take care of itself if we focus on the process. And that's it, which I think is kind of the key to, you know,
which is a really clever way of dealing with a new driver, a rookie, and also someone who's leading the championship. You know, 2026, who would have thought Kimi Antonelli, a new kid, will lead the championship? And I think he's a really good mentor. Bono is his race engineer, who used to be Lewis Hamilton's engineer. And I think it's really important to have a good mentor. So I also feel like we are our own boss. So it's really hard to cut out the noise most of the time, right? But at the same time, who is the boss of you? Yourself.
Yeah.
So don't dictate your life because of other people's negativity on you. Because at the end of the day, we know ourselves better. And you need to stand on your own integrity rather than always listen to like asshole talk shit about you. So on that note, let's move into the next segment, which used to be called Ginger Ninja Comeback Zone. But then I thought so many people write in to me and they say to me, oh, this and this happened. And I always say to myself, what would Grace do? And I thought, wow, that's a really cool segment title. So we're going to replace that word with what would Grace do?
Makes perfect sense.
So we have a young listener, DM me, and ask me what to do about her parents because they keep putting her down. Not in a big way, but just like really small little dicks here and there.
Yeah, that's pretty annoying.
Which is pretty annoying. And she's like 19, 20. I mean, that's pretty old to keep doing that, right?
Yeah, that's pretty shitty.
And she said because they're her parents, she feels that she needs to be respectful, but at the same time, she doesn't see that they're respecting her. So this is something we spoke about before. Family sometimes, they take the piss and they give you the least respect.
Yeah, it always can kind of get messy. But I think, as always, you've got to stand your ground and then just hand the comment back to your parent and just kind of go, oh, did you really mean it like that? Did you really mean for that to sound shitty?
Yeah.
You got to have the courage to throw the comment back. Otherwise, it'll never change. But they'll just keep doing it over and over.
Exactly. Because sometimes they don't even know they're doing that.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? Because it's a habit.
Yeah, habits.
And I think sometimes when we talk about, our siblings, our parents, our relatives, or friends that keep throwing shades at us, if you don't stop it, then what do you expect?
No, you've got to. Absolutely.
I mean, the amount of time that when I was little, I was called ugly and stupid so many times because I couldn't do math, which is very ironic because my dad he has an accountancy firm.
Yeah.
And he's a great accountant to like celebrities and really big business people.
Yeah.
And I can't do math. Even now, I'm not very good at math. So I failed my math since I was at primary 4.
But if
And
it's not interesting to you, why are you going to, get into it? It's
and
like,
most creative I know, they're not good at maths either because it's
No.
a left brain, right brain thing, right?
Exactly.
And when I was younger,
Yeah.
my mom never really said I was stupid. I mean, she said it a few times, but
Yeah.
so my twin sister and my second sister will always call me stupid. Even now I remember. They probably deny it, but what I remember is my memory, right? And at that age, I really believed it. And my dad and my elder sister never said anything like that, not that I recalled. And when you're that young, when you can't really defend yourself, you really believe who you are. But for some reason, because I believed, oh, okay, I'm stupid, but I'm good at other things. So that helped me to go through my childhood. I mean, not that it's traumatic, people. I mean, I don't get faced by shit like that anymore. But I'm just telling you a story about how sometimes family are the worst people that they don't lift you up. I mean, they lift me up in other smaller ways, maybe. But at the same time, don't let your family bring you down because you need to stand up for yourself.
Yeah, you've got to also control the dynamic of the family too. You can't just be a passenger in there and always expect that anything's going to change.
Yeah.
If you don't stand up to it, then it's going to continue because it's a comfort zone. Everyone plays their part that they've always played, and if nothing ever changes, then nothing changes.
Yeah. And also don't be too sensitive either, because if you don't stop a toxic relationship, then it's on you.
Yeah.
But if you voice out your concerns or, what you're not happy about, how they talk to you, and if those people still carry on, then you have to make a few changes, I think.
Definitely.
And sometimes don't be afraid of distance, people. Sometimes to keep a distance with people that are close to you or friends or colleagues works wonder.
Yes, I definitely agree with that.
So on that note, Forza Ferrari! Let's go, Lewis! Let's bring more wins to Ferrari!
We need it this week.
Fratelli d'Italia, d'Italia, se testa, telemo. Now I'm going to do a small business shout out. So it's a new segment, and to qualify, you need to have less than 3,000 followers on Instagram. And you also have to follow my pod, Don't Make Me Call Her, and Grace Some Chats in order to qualify. And also tell me why you deserve this business shout out. So my first lucky small business owner is called Mary Mangos. She is a contemporary artist, she does abstract art based in Melbourne, my city. So her Instagram is AFTHONIA_art. Please go and follow her. And she was a psychologist, and then she had long COVID, which means that she can't work anymore. So that's how she started this art journey. So we love to support small business owners because having your own business, I know, is very hard, even for me. So why not spread the love? So people go and follow her, buy her art, talk to her, and send me all your requests. Make sure you do all my requirements. Otherwise, no. DM me if you're a small business owner. Hopefully, I can help you to expand. And don't forget to send me DMs for all your problems and dilemmas. So me and Jason will not solve it for you because we're unqualified, we're not therapists. But it's just fun to be nosy about your problems, okay? Bye! If you enjoyed my chat today, hit follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. forward your favorite episode to a friend. Follow me on Gracelam Chats and also Gracelam Style on all social media platforms. Tune in every Wednesday for a new episode. Don't Make Me Call Her podcast series is produced by Haro Production. Music by Lindsay Lai at lindsayli.com. Thanks for tuning in. Bye!